because the trainers are so good and they communicate so well and they're so committed to what they do and what they want to see you achieve as well. And I think they actually believe in you so much more than you believe in yourself. So that's one of the major reasons I stayed around. And then actually me seeing the results I've gotten from staying here. So yeah, I've been here for going into 3 years now. So yeah. I never really enjoyed going to the gym before LB Fitness because I always felt intimidated going up to the barbells and going to the kettlebells and like, oh, I don't know how to use these properly, or I'd be afraid to pick them up because I knew I didn't know how to use them basically, and I didn't want to injure myself by using them. So that was basically it. It was quite personalized because they took into consideration my goals as well as my actual functional capability as well. So I mean by functional, by my mobility was absolutely horrendous before I came here. I couldn't touch my toes, I couldn't even touch past my shins before I came here. Because even in camogie training session, when we had to go to touch our toes, everyone would laugh at me because I couldn't touch them. So that's definitely something that I can do now because of being here. My mobility has increased tenfold because of it. So it was definitely explained because you have to start at step 1 before you can go to step 10. So my step 1 was to improve my mobility, or else I wouldn't be able to snatch or I wouldn't be able to clean. So you have to really go back to basics, and that's what they taught me. I had to improve my mobility first, and then we could go for the set goals of being able to clean, being able to snatch, being able to deadlift. Well, I'm a quality assurance manager in a food manufacturing company, so we have quite seasonal work, so it's either high peak or low season. So for me personally, I always had to swap my days if I was coming to the gym. So I could be here Monday, Wednesday, Friday periodically for 3 weeks, and then I could be here on a Monday, Tuesday, Friday. It would all switch but that's the great thing about the programs here, because you have the availability to choose what days you want to come to the gym at, and there's different times as well. So it didn't give me the excuse of I can't make 6:15 now, so I'm not going to the gym today. So it definitely does give you that goal, and it gives you the options basically. So there's 3 different programs, and there's health and strength, and then strength and conditioning as well. So if I am in the strength and conditioning group, and if I've been injured a few times this year, so that's quite a heavy or intensive program in comparison to health. So if I got injured, I would step down to either the health or the health and fitness, depending on how severe the injury would be. So it doesn't matter how capable you are that particular day of doing something. There's always a program to do something. So we also have contact with the trainers as well. So if you have a personal issue, or if you want to set up a meeting with your PT and say, I want to set my goals for the next 6 weeks or the next 8 weeks, they can cater for that, and they sit down with you, and they talk to you about it, and they see that your goals achievable, and then they can adjust your particular program for those goals as well. So tell them to sit down with the personal trainer before and see what their kind of goals for you would be for whatever you're trying to achieve. Basically, if you're trying to achieve weight loss, if you're trying to achieve that you want to run for a longer distance, if they can cater for you, and they can show you that in the initial meeting, then you can gauge it yourself. Definitely, because of my heavy workload, I had to have that communication. I had to have the flexibility of the programmings and of the timings that were available. So yeah, and from doing the masters as well, that I have to have some sort of catering for that, because when I was doing my masters, the lads would give me a program to take down to Cork that I could do in the gym down there. So They never really forgot about me. They wouldn't let me off. Yeah, all the coaches have different specialities. So there's like physiotherapy, there's strength and conditioning, there's nutrition as well. So those three are basically the whole thing that you need in terms of personal training. So I know personally I've used every single one of them, and it's definitely benefited me, particularly towards my goals. So the fact that each of those three things are within the team, within the PT team, it's a great asset.